Five foods to help you with belly fat. I'm going to share them with you today. Are you struggling with your belly fat or trying to figure out how to reduce it or get rid of it? This video is for you if you are a woman over 40. That is who I am talking to. I am Robin-Nutritionist, and my intention is to provide you with the tools, information, insights, and resources to help you thrive in your body. And I specialize in women over 40, also helping you mitigate symptoms and concerns related to the pause, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. That is what my community is all about. So today we're going to talk about belly fat because that is something that as women we want to get rid of that. So I'm going to tell you the five foods that I recommend that help, but I also want to tell you that our belly fat is not always about food. So I'm going to tell you the truth to the best of my ability that belly fat can have a lot to do with our cortisol, which is triggered a lot by stress. It is a hormone in our bodies that fluctuate throughout the day. And when it is out of control and not managed, it can result in helping you have more belly fat. So that cortisol stores and does things that you probably don't want it to do, but it results in belly fat. So how to even deal with that cortisol. And I am a work in progress with this too, y'all. So I teach that which I need to learn. All right, so cortisol is highest in the morning within the first 2 hours. So being able to exercise in the morning, which I do not always do, helps to calm that down. 2 hours, and I know depending on your lifestyle, what you're doing, that may not be something that you can do, but at least you know. So exercising the first 2 hours in the morning helps with that cortisol, helps with the belly fat. Also, when you are having a stressful episode, maybe you've had a meeting, you've heard some news that is unsavory, moving around. So jiggling in that cortisol and stirring it up, even by taking a walk, makes it less belly fat prone, if that makes sense. Is that a word? So moving, getting it going. All right. So that has to do with your cortisol. Also, when people used to tell me this, I wasn't ready to hear it, but now I'm all over it. So fasting helps with our belly fat, and there's different ways to fast. There's intermittent fasting, just so many different variations. And I am going to do a class on fasting. I am working on that right now. But fasting, and specifically, I'm mentioning 36 hours. Okay, I know some of you are like, WTF, what? No food for 36 hours? Like, I'll keep my belly fat. Thank you. There's so much power, proven power in fasting for 36 hours. I'm just now getting into it and just having quite an experience, and I can see the power in it. And so I personally, not always perfect, but once a month doing a 36-hour fast. Again, we'll get into that later. So those are some outside of the actual foods that can help us with this belly fat. And you might just decide, I'll keep the belly fat. I don't want to do what it takes. Now that I understand what it takes, I don't want to do it. I'll just keep the belly fat. So ultimately, depending on the type of belly fat, it can wrap itself around our organs and cause all these other problems. So theoretically, we need to get rid of the belly fat, but it's not always visceral fat. There's two different kinds of fat in our bodies. So much information. But anyways, let me give you these five foods because that's what you came to hear. Five foods that help you with your belly fat outside of the fasting, outside of the exercise and the cortisol management. These are the foods. All right. Number one, protein. Ladies, we gotta have it. It's so important for us over 40. So think eggs, chicken, tofu, protein. If you're able to get your protein hormone-free, antibiotic-free, it's better for us. It's like these conventional proteins and raised animal proteins. It's like a challenge but protein really helps us with the belly fat, especially when we are eating a carb. But I'm going to come to that. So number one, protein. Number two, healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, olives, nuts, good fat. That helps. Number three, green tea. And I'm going to put water in here on number three because you need water to make green tea, but green tea has these fat burning properties, and then water also helps to flush us out. So number three, green tea. Number four, you'll like this if you do, dark chocolate. Yes, dark chocolate. Now, I've gotten this question, well, how much? Because I say dark chocolate and you're like, hey, I'll go eat a bar, a 2 or 3. And no, that will not help your belly fat. But if you take an ounce of dark chocolate, 70% cacao, cocoa, or higher, has polyphenols and fat, it's good for us. So a little square of dark chocolate every day does a body good, helps that belly fat. And number five is actually reducing your carbohydrate intake seriously. So two things. When you have a carbohydrate, you also want to have a protein. So both of those go together at all times. But when you are reducing the amount of carbohydrates you're taking in, so think about your rice or your bread or your pasta or your apples or your apple pie or your cookies, all of that's carbs, and some are better than others, right? But they're all carbs. So when I say reduce your carbohydrates, you might say, okay, I'm going to reduce my cookies. Instead of 6, I'll have 3. Well, yeah, that helps. But the healthier the carbs, the better. That's not what this video is about. But if you're reducing your carbs, so think about if you're having rice, a cup of rice, half a cup, that is a serving with your protein. That will help you tremendously with your belly fat and tremendously with your blood sugar. All of this works together for us, the woman over 40. When we were younger, we had a lot more leeway with our eating, but if you intend to thrive in your body during this next chapter, which is where you're headed, we have to eat with intention. So the 5 foods that help you with your belly fat: protein, yes, healthy fats, green tea and water, dark chocolate, and reduction of carbohydrates. Every time you eat, you're going to have a serving or less with protein, and that's going to help. Now, I'm going to get more into fasting. If you lock arms with me, I'll do more videos about fasting. If you have questions, let me know. And I'm asking you if this helped you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this with a friend if this made sense to you, and comment. I think I said that. And let me know what questions, and I will definitely answer those for you. If you need more support when it comes to your food and your nutrition foundation, because it gets a little tricky, then I would love to invite you to come lock arms with the Necessary Nutrition community as a member. And as soon as you become a member, the first item that you receive is your nutrition plan and guide specifically for you, the woman over 40, to help you keep your blood sugar balanced, your weight down, your hormones in check, and making sure that we're getting the nutrients that our bodies need to thrive. That is the first thing that you are going to receive as a member. And then you're going to be connected with powerful resources and experts, again, to help you thrive in your body. So down below, I'm sharing the information so you can look into it and see if it makes sense for you. Yes. All right. And down in the link below, I talked about green tea. And if you thought this video was helpful and you want to bless me with a cup of green tea, you can do that. There is a link down below that says, buy me a cup of tea, and I will sip that tea on your behalf, send you blessings, and I'll appreciate that. I'm always working for tea. Anyways, this is Robin, nutrition expert from Necessary Nutrition, letting you or asking you to eat well, think well, and be well. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care.